Oh my god, yay, it didn't crash this time. Okay, right. My live streaming software totally just crashed about 3 times when I tried to open it, and then I couldn't get my new webcam to work. Well, I say my new webcam, I just got a new camera, and I have gone from DSLR to mirrorless, and it has a bunch of new functionality, and I'm really excited to use it. It's Canon R10. And I was going to get the R5C and I could have afforded the body, but I didn't want to get the camera body and then not be able to get anything else, like not even lens adapters, for example. And okay, normally I look at myself when I'm streaming with just this, but now I want to look up at this camera because it's higher than my webcam, so I don't know. But I think it looks really cool. I've even got the bokeh in the background finally, like I normally do. But I didn't want to get the new camera and then have absolutely no money to get accessories, and it's a good thing I did because I needed a lens adapter, some new lenses. I'm using my old lens as well because like I've got fancier prime lenses, which is this wide angle one, for example, and I've got a few others, but I got a few bundles and it came with some zoom lenses so I can utilize the autofocus, which is crisp, by the way, when I go out and about and shoot stuff that moves. And yeah, I also got a new boom arm so I can actually aim it at myself, because I've got a desk that it's like a foldy desk and it's got like a metal beam that goes across the back at a weird slanty diagonal angle, and the angle of it overlooks the edge of the back of the desk, so I can't do like a straight up mounted camera tripod on the desk, so I need to have like the crane. So I've got the PSA 1 for my mic, and then because the camera's a little bit heavier with the lenses on it, I got the PSA 1 Plus for my camera. So I've got a bunch of boom arms attached to my desk, and I've also got a little desk extension for my audio interface. My desk is under a lot of load and it seems to be holding strong. I don't have any reason to believe it can't support the weight of it, especially because how it is made, it can't just like fall down. It has to be very specifically moved. So if it isn't on too much so if it is on too much pressure, then I feel like it will just sort of slump down a little bit and I'll have time to notice and start taking stuff off of it. So I think it's okay. But yeah, I have set up a few extra things. I feel like every single time I come on my live stream, I've added some new stuff, and it seems like it's not working, I must say, because I've got my subscriber count for my goal down here. I don't know if it only counts new subscribers, because I'm trying to get to like 500 subscribers on this channel, just because like that's the first level for monetization, and that's always the goal when like people are uploading content. They can say it doing it just for fun. I do it for fun, but also I'm prioritizing it because I would like to make this my primary income stream, because I've been doing a lot of overtime at my other job lately, which is meant to be a part-time job. So when overtime makes your part-time job turn into a full-time job, and this is the job I actually want to do, it makes it a bit awkward. And also I've got this big black chunk of screen next to my camera, and that's meant to be the live chat box, but the thing is I don't actually know if that's working because I haven't got anyone that's commenting in chat yet. So I'm gonna actually type something and be like, testing chat box. Now if this works, it's supposed to post it and then stay there for about 30 seconds, so let's see. I'm not optimistic, I must say. I don't think it's working, guys. That's okay. We will make progress on these things. It's all about the learning. So I made the overlay pop-ups on Stream Elements, and I know everyone always talks about Streamlabs, which is like the accepted one, but I came across Stream Elements. It seems like Streamlabs you either needed to download a different, like, I know Streamlabs OBS is its own software thing, so I know that that's like an integration it has, but I've just used normal OBS. So I have like some browser sources that is meant to update this information dynamically, but it just hasn't got it. It hasn't got my like subscriber count that I do have. It looks like I have no subscribers, which like it's not important, but it is important, because it's meant to be like an incentive to get people to subscribe. And then also the chat box is meant to be like, oh yeah, make everyone feel included and build a community. It's very meta when you talk about it, but I genuinely want these things to be able to work, so it feels like more like a conversation, because that's the point of live streaming. But it's okay. I have the live chat visible on my OBS right now. Did I say that? Can I actually see it? There we go. Yeah. I can't actually see the comments or anything. It's all a bit broken today, isn't it? Wait. Log in. No. I give up, you know, sometimes. Just sometimes it feels like it's a bit of a worthless game. Right. Let me see if I can fix this. Because my streaming software doesn't seem to know that I am logged in right now. So maybe that's why it's not connecting to the dynamic stuff. And oh look, it's the advert that calls me out for not having paid Spotify. Alright, let's verify.
No stress.
Yes, that's me signing in.
And
Let
if the
me
key
in,
for the
thank
merch store
you.
means extra time, tap to
And then,
pay
okay,
faster than
now
you can
I'm
say,
logged in.
Come on, England.
Oh, I have a warning. God, this is great. What's the
Fast,
warning?
safe, simple.
The warning is good.
Match days
Okay,
made
no,
easy
I have no
with
idea what's
Google
going on
Pay.
here.
Add a card to your Google Wallet.
It doesn't matter. It's fine. Let's just pretend that nothing's going wrong. Okay, well. For now, I am here for purpose, and my purpose is to show you me integrating my Metricool social media scheduling profile with my business accounts. So Metricool is a scheduling software that I've used for clients before. I've used it for people in my work before. The idea of a scheduling tool is so you can, instead of uploading the same content and like, what's the word? Cross-posting. Sorry, I'm really in like streamer troubleshooting mode right now. But no, so you can upload you can upload your content to your scheduling software of choice, and then instead of having to upload it with the title, with the description, with all the tags, instead of having to do that on every single social media platform individually, you then can just upload it to a scheduling software and tweak it a little bit. So I've used it before. It's not a perfect system. I don't think any social media scheduling tool is a perfect system, but I genuinely believe that a lot of third-party ones are better than the native platform schedulers, like Meta Studio, for example, because they own Facebook and Instagram. They've sort of integrated Instagram with the Facebook scheduling tool that it had natively. And a lot of the time... excuse me. And a lot of the time, it uploads it wrong, doesn't upload it on time, uploads it with weird, glitchy things going on, and it'll also upload something onto the wrong profile, like the wrong Instagram account, because you have to link every Instagram account to your Facebook, which is attached to your personal account, which is attached to different business pages. So I have my Dev Digital page and I have the Debisto page, which I'm going to start uploading more frequently soon because I finally got my home gym, so go subscribe there. You know, subscribe here too if you want to know more about marketing stuff. And it's generally better. I like Metricool. I've used a bunch before. I've used Hero Post, and Hero Post didn't have any major issues, but it just felt like no matter what you did, you could have done it faster with something else. And there are a lot of glitches where it just straight up didn't upload stuff and I had to go trigger it manually. The more posts I put on the software, the more glitches I had with it, so I personally really didn't like Hero Post. But we got it at one of my old jobs because there was a lifetime licensing fee on it. And I noticed that the second I left that, they got a new apprentice in for presumably less money than I was getting paid, but then also none of the experience, none of the training, and they just left him to get on with it. And it doesn't look like they've used the software since, and I still have access to it, so I don't tend to go prying around in previous people I've worked with analytics because, you know, I'm going on with my own life. But the fact that I know that, it's really annoying. I've also used Later. Later's a really popular one, and I do actually like Later quite a bit, but there's something about the interface that makes my brain go a bit squiggly, and not in the good way. Like, it just feels cluttered and messy, and there's not enough, like, shading. Like, just in a user interface way, there is not enough shading on Later. It's just this flat surface that you have to really concentrate to navigate around. Maybe it's the ADHD. Like, I'm pretty sure I have ADHD, but maybe it's that. But essentially, I like Metricool, and I think it's a Spanish business, so I'm really trying to work out, like, obviously it's a pun because, like, metrics, social, like, yeah, all that. And, you know, cool stuff being cool, that's cool. But I want to know if it's a pun in Spanish for anything, because every time I go on their social media, there's no English social media content of theirs at all. Like, you would think that considering they have the social media scheduling tool of choice, they would make a bunch of different accounts for, like, different languages, but Also, as an English-speaking person based in England, who lives in England, who has a business and runs other businesses marketing that all operate in England and English-speaking countries, I can't say that we did localized stuff, so maybe they just don't want to be bothered, and that's fine, that's their prerogative. Yeah, so I'm going to get to sharing my screen, and you can see that I was actually troubleshooting before I got on here. I logged into my Metricool, hopefully it doesn't log me back out. Yesterday I connected my website, which I did because I just wanted to make sure that it actually was working, because it's been a while since I've set it up and they've changed their interface a little bit. But I managed to get my website connected really easily. It's a WordPress-based website, so if you want to do it yourself, they just recommend that you go onto your WordPress dashboard, you download the Metricool plugin, and I still can't actually find the plugin in my list of plugins if I go there in a minute. Let me not dox myself while I do this, one moment. Yeah, so if I go down here, I still can't actually find the Metricool plugin, so I feel like it is like a hidden one, or it's got a secret name that it won't tell me. But when you do it, you just download the plugin and then you click on it, and it gives you a little key on Metricool that you put in, you copy paste it, and then it's integrated, and then that's great. I feel like I need to do a little generalized walkthrough of Metricool, because although it is a social media scheduling tool, they also have a bunch of different things. If you don't have a website like me, they have these things called smart links. So people use smart links to essentially build their landing page. So Linktree is a common one, but this is their version of a smart link. So it's like you have one link and then you put a link to all your other platforms in there. So platforms like Instagram, like TikTok, that only allow you to include one link in your profile, you can have a smart link, and it can help you track people who have used it. Also has analytics of how your account's been performing. I haven't had chance for any of my analytics to process because I literally just set this up last night. And you need to remember that it only counts analytics from the point that you integrate your account to the software. It doesn't backdate it. I would always recommend for website analytics, you want stuff like Google Analytics, Google Search Console, your native platform stuff, but it's always good to have different comparable resources, because you never know where there's going to be a discrepancy, you never know where something's going to interfere with each other. We've got a lot of integrations going on, and some people just like how different stuff's formatted. You're allowed to have preferences, so there's your option. I've had a client that I did a bunch of audits for stuff before, like different types of content. I really wish I had historical data to show you, but I can't necessarily show my clients historical data because that's not my business to share, really. I haven't asked them about it, and this is live, so I don't have time to ask them about it. But you could see giant spikes in activity, and it would regularly be when they made a new upload, for example, but it could also be when there was a special event going on relevant to a piece of content they had, and it would just show what the people watching that content were. You could also, like, if you... God, I really need to get a Spotify premium sometime.
And he sent me a...
Wait, I'm gonna take a sip of my drink.
Message. That makes him really hot. Kindness is sexy. Find it on Bumble.
Yes, you could integrate it, and then you could see when a specific piece of content had a spike, you could look at the views you had that day, and then you could segregate it by gender, geography, and you can see how long people were engaged for it sometimes, but generally it's how many like engagements you've had, so interactions like likes, shares, all that kind of stuff. And that is all visible in your analytics tab. Also, it has the inbox tool, so if you have a Facebook page and then you've also got a Instagram page, they've all got different inboxes, and if you're a large business you probably have customer service reps who need to be answering questions in those in a very timely manner. A lot of the times, like if you've got an e-commerce business, for example, it's like, oh, when's my order getting here? I'm always contacting people in chat boxes because they don't respond to the normal listed email address fast enough, because it gets mixed in with every email they get. So I'll regularly go onto a social media platform to be like, hey, how long is it till X product is back in stock? And then that's normally something I have a lot of success with. So if you want to have it all centralized in one place instead of having to give out a million passwords, then you can just say, okay, go on Metricool and go on the inbox tab. And again, I've got no historical data to show you, but it would show up here. And it also does the same with comments, which personally I find a little bit annoying. In the time that I've used it, I've never had to go in and see if you can tweak it to have comments not show up as notifications, because I like getting the notifications for that on the native platform personally. It's just easier for me, but it is an option for you. Now, the reason I use Metricool is the planner. So I'm only on the free plan right now. Obviously, when it becomes viable, I would love to upgrade to the rest of the plans. So you get a limited number of posts in the free plan. I think it's about 50 posts. Now, you have to be careful, because when you do it with multiple accounts, people think that's 50 posts that then get repurposed across the different platforms and networks, but no, that is 50 posts total. So if you have one post that you want to share across 5 different networks, you actually only get 10 posts for the month. So if you want to be uploading at least once a day, multiple times a day, the free account just isn't going to do it for you unless you only have like 2 platforms. If you only have one, then just I don't think it's worth it for you right now, I must say. Because there's other tools that you can get for free that allow you to do it unrestricted, like the native platform schedulers. The only platform that I regularly used to use, not in my personal life anymore, but I still can do it for like professional means, but Twitter, now X, which I don't think anyone has ever called it X except for Elon Musk, they didn't have a native scheduling tool, which I believe that they got one just before I stopped using it regularly. But the problem with the scheduling tool is you could set it and you would choose the date, you would choose the time, and you would click go, and it was gone forever. There was no way you could go to edit it. You made a spelling mistake, that is a you problem, and that is down to you to amend it. But the thing is, you couldn't edit it. So I like this because you can just edit it in the planner, in the calendar, before it actually posts. So to the platforms, it looks like it's posting live in real time, and it will say, oh, it was posted from Metricool, because, you know, in the back end of some softwares, you can see that it was posted by a certain admin, for example, and you can see here that it's posted from Metricool. So if you are trying to like keep accountability for a lot of posts, then this may not be for you, but it's an option that you have. Personally, a lot of people panic. Beep beep, don't beat me. Why is my phone on my camera table? That's not a wise decision. But a lot of people panicked when scheduling software started becoming a thing, because they were like, oh no, the platform's going to penalize us for not posting live, not engaging live. But that's a dispelled myth in my opinion, because the platforms actually create custom integrations that they work with the scheduling platforms, and they have official partners for this is the one we want. I'm pretty sure Instagram was like the main one for later for a while, and they would just make it fit basically. I can't remember the name for the term right now. There's a term. Oh, it's bugging me. I'm gonna remember it like the minute I log off later. There is a term for when you have one piece of software and you have another piece of software and you bridge it together, and the thing that bridges it together has its own name, and that's really bugging me right now. But they have a custom one and it becomes the official way to do it. So there's no way that social media platforms are penalizing you for using services that they're officially partnered with. I just don't think it happens, and I don't think you need to be concerned about it. For a while, it was that you could only do like static posts, like photos, and like long form videos as well, and text-based things. But over time, they've integrated stuff like being able to upload reels, which is short form vertical video in all the different formats, you know, for TikTok and stuff, and Instagram. And you can also upload stories now. Stories do have limited functionality, because remember, a lot of stuff with stories is you get like stickers, and you can do widgets that have countdowns, for example. Pretty much with stories, it's either text-based, or you upload a file, or like anything that is just set in stone and not interactive, and then that's what you can post to stories. But I would like to think that they're working on ways to get around that in the future. One thing that I remember was a real gripe for the free account with one of my clients for a while. He was a clan instructor, he was a really cool guy, and he had a Facebook page, but he also had a Facebook group, and the group was his most successful social media platform that he used. I think it's not I think, it's called The Way of the Clown. It's really cool. You should check it out because his professional clowning is like the coolest thing ever, in my opinion. I don't think I've had a weirder type of client, and I loved it. But yeah, that was his main platform, and he couldn't schedule posts for both his Facebook group and his Facebook page through the same free account. I think that you have to buy multiple brands to have a separate one, because it, like, the Facebook integration is just the Facebook integration in Metricool's eyes. So a brand is like, I have Dub Digital, and then my other one is Debisto, and they all have different profiles on the same sort of platforms. So you only get one brand with the free account, but because it can only have Facebook page or Facebook group, then he had to go Facebook group, but then he couldn't upload stuff to his Facebook page. So it's a bit awkward. We eventually found a workaround. It does have ads page as well, so people who use social media ads, then you can check the analytics for it, and you can manage your campaigns and your keywords and all that. It's not something I've touched with Metricool specifically. I tend to do those natively on the platforms because, like, when you're dealing with that much money, I don't think it's risky. Like, I think it's too risky, and I don't think it's worth the risk. But other than that, I think it's really cool. So I'm focusing on using it for the planning. So we're going to go here, and we're going to connect all my social media platforms, and I imagine I'm gonna have to do a lot of remembering passwords, so I really hope that I don't do myself in here and completely share everything I shouldn't, which you can blur out on streams later, but you know, you never know who's going to be watching live. So I've done my web here. Confusingly, it's decided that my blog page is dibdabdigital.com/feed. That's not true. My blog page is dibdabdigital.com/blog, but it's an RSS feed, so I would have to set that up so when you post something, it automatically pushes it forward. So in terms of scheduling, I imagine this is a functionality where when it senses you've uploaded a new post to your blog, it automatically shares it from within a template that you set up, but that's not something I've done yet. You can see that people use it for agencies. They actually used to have a thing called the agency account, where you could have a bunch of brands and you could connect it to other people's accounts, and you would have different team managers and different various things. I'm just me, I just use it. I don't have any staff members to onboard at this moment in time, so I just worry about me. I do love that they've got this under Twitter, but they've got the X logo, so Metricool are not about the Twitter change. I don't use all these social media platforms. I'm debating which ones I'm going to connect. I feel like I'm just going to connect as many as possible. I intend on using regularly Facebook. YouTube is the main one, obviously, because here we are. Not going to stream on Twitch, not planning on it. If only you could multi-stream. If scheduling tools could get on the multi-stream option, I feel like they would really start wrecking people like Restream, but I don't think it's something that they're really focusing on because it's kind of awkward, and live streaming is a bit of a niche that a lot of people tend to ignore. Which is stupid in my opinion because people watch live TV all the time. But yeah, so mainly going to use Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. On my website, I actually have Twitter and Tumblr linked as well. I genuinely think Tumblr is due like a complete revolution. I feel like it's definitely bouncing back in terms of users. They just killed themselves with the not allowing adult content on, and then there was this whole thing where their algorithm started detecting anything orange was skin and therefore porn, so stuff that was porn was like somehow making it through, while stuff that wasn't was getting censored, and it just completely dropped off their user base. But I feel like they're due a bounce back, and the numbers do imply that, and I love Tumblr as a platform. It's like the blogging social media, basically. Everything I can do on my website, except for the degree of customized branding, a huge amount of it was available on Tumblr. Not everything, obviously. Like, you can't offer services, you can't have an online store. You could accept tips, finally. When they brought it back, you're allowed to accept tips. They probably could have beat OnlyFans to the punch if they just didn't crack down on the adult content, not gonna lie. But it's not really a thing that's really integrated with most of these scheduling softwares, and I feel like it's a crying shame. I may take Tumblr off. It depends if I can, when I upload, if I can be bothered to manually do it, because I have been sort of in the process of relaunching my business. I'm getting comfortable with like making content for myself again, and the one thing that has really stopped my relaunch flying off, in my opinion, is I've not been using my specialist tool, which is social media, because I make content for social media primarily. I've been working a lot on my organic SEO. I've set up my email marketing, although not used it to a great deal, sent to my email list on dibdabdigital.com. You can see the form in the footer, just put your name and your email in and you're good to go. And also in the sidebar of my blog posts, and then you'll be able to get a bunch of different stuff like that. But social media is where I shine, and I haven't been utilising it, because the idea with social media, a lot of people don't like it, because once you start, can't really stop, or you lose the momentum and the algorithm sort of goes against you, the dreaded mythical algorithm that you present a sacrifice to and then just hope. But I think I'm ready for it. I've got enough of a build up of backlog of content that I can post about enough things for a long enough time and it wouldn't actually be a problem. Oh, big thing to look out for with scheduling softwares is if you post a link, that link may not hyperlink, and if you tag someone, that may not hyperlink either. So even though you can schedule those, make sure that when they're posted, you often start getting notifications trickling in, so you know when something went live. You know, like you get a like here or there and you notice, even if you forgot that you'd actually scheduled it. But you've got to make sure that it's all actually tagged. Go back to it, make sure it's formatted properly. Don't just set it and forget it. It's a dangerous game to play. But yes, let's see if I crash my entire stream by connecting my YouTube account right off the bat. This one, yes. Yes, I want to allow it to do various things. Oh, that was fast. Am I still streaming? I hope so. Let's hope it didn't crash my entire account. What happens if I open YouTube Studio on my phone at this moment in time? Just acknowledge that I'm streaming. No, I don't think it does. What about my analytics in real time? No, doesn't seem to do much. Oh well. So YouTube is integrated. Let's do something I definitely have the password for right now. Let's connect my... Okay, I do actually have a Facebook group. I don't really use the Facebook group because I don't have a community manager of sorts. It doesn't have an exact goal. My original goal was to be like a creative performance professionals networking group, and I would post stuff all the time like, hey, what project are you doing? Check this out. But I just never really pushed it because I never had a true goal with it. So I'm going to focus on connecting my page, but if I can connect the group too, then we'll know that that's a patch that they have filled, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so yes, I'm connected to my Facebook with my Meta. Alright, so this is for my DibDab Digital brand. And then that's connected it, and it's connected it automatically for my Instagram. Okay, but yeah, it took away the group option, so make sure you prioritize the one that you actually want to use first. Let's see. I never actually post on my LinkedIn, and the thing about my LinkedIn is I haven't touched my LinkedIn since you could just have profiles on LinkedIn. And I have this weird relationship with it because I only put my business stuff on there because I want people to like recognize it's for clients. I don't really use it because they say go where your audience is, and my audience is not super corporate types. It's like the casual, want to have a lifestyle business owner, just do what you love but then get paid for it so you can only focus on that. That's the sort of vibe I want, and it's becoming more prominent on LinkedIn, but it's still not really what it's there for. So I don't really focus on LinkedIn, but the problem is I can connect my LinkedIn account, but is it going to be on my personal account? My LinkedIn account, let me, if I can even log into it. My LinkedIn account is set up like there's my business page talking about my business, all that sort of stuff. Oh, excuse me, hiccup. But my business doesn't have a page. So like, what happens if I create a page now? Yeah, see, my URL is DibDab Digital, and that's just awkward.
Yes.
Even the 400
Personalize the URL for my profile.
and the giant 15-foot inflatable Santa Claus.
Okay, so I'm gonna
With a
do
real-life reindeer.
Georgia Debney.
Absolutely. With the Greg's
Save
Christmas
that.
menu, you can't help but feel festive. Try our
Hopefully
range
it
of festive hot
allows
drinks
me
from just £2.40.
to change that and make a new
Richard the reindeer's
page.
blinking Christmas tree.
Okay, so...
Greg's. Bag some joy. Prices may vary.
God, this is atrocious. And who still remembers their grades at GCSE? Although, I would like to point out that in my IT, where is it? did I even not add it because it looked awful? No, ICT, Information Computer Technology. So I got an A in my seated exam in IT, but our coursework in year 10, I still don't know what they wanted from me. So it was like you had to make an event and you have to build a database, and I remember you have to like link sources in the database and stuff, and I would just go through and I'd add links and links and links and be like, yes, here's the source. It wasn't even like proper referencing, like Oxford referencing is it called? It wasn't even that. They didn't teach us how to do that. And to this day, I don't know what they wanted from me. They just went, okay, everyone in your year group sucks at this. You failed, so you got to repeat the coursework in year 11 because you have year 10 and year 11 for GCSEs. And instead of going, oh, what's the problem there? They went, you're all lazy, awful, terrible shites. And you have to like just do it again. Sit in silence, focus. None of you did what you were supposed to do. And like, my class was full of people who wouldn't shut up, and it really annoyed me a lot of the time. Like, I'm not even going to apologize for it. There are a lot of assholes in my classes sometimes. Even the ones who were smart were just annoying. And they thought I was a right weirdo, so, you know, fine, whatever. But they still, like, in year 11, we got a substitute. I don't know why our main teacher left or something. Maybe she went on maternity, or maybe it was like an illness thing or a family. I don't remember. But we never had like a solid teacher for the vast majority of year 11. And it wasn't always the same supply teacher. So this teacher would be like, all right, everyone sit down, be silent. I've been told that you're in trouble, so you just got to do X, Y, Z. Now just sit down and get on with it. Get on with what you were doing last week. And it's like, well, last week I was confused, so I guess I'm confused again. They don't know the assignment. They can't help me. They even had like mandatory classes to catch up after school, and I never went to those. Sometimes I just went home. Sometimes I went to my rehearsal for the school performance that I was in, because I had like not a main role, but I had a named role, like a unique character. I was also in the chorus, but like I had a moment on stage. I got to stand up on some scaffolding and nearly jumped off the edge. It was kind of terrifying, but it was so cool. It was the flying monkey and the whiz. But to this day, no idea what coursework was meant to be. Don't know what they wanted from me. Fine. I basically failed the coursework, so it dragged my grade down to a D, but I got an A, if not an A star, on that exam. What was I doing? I was making a page. So, me. I really haven't done this in a long, long time. Let's see. I don't want to waste everyone's time doing this badly, so let me just Google it. Create a company page on LinkedIn. Now, technically, I do have a limited company, but my business operates as a sole tradership. The limited company there is just to protect myself in case I need it later and I need it to be available. Well, that article talks about how to utilize one, but I don't need how to utilize one. I need to physically do it. Okay, to create a page, click the work icon in the upper right corner of your LinkedIn homepage. Okay, for business. Here we go. Simple. Create a company page. Connect with clients, employees, and LinkedIn community to get started. Choose a page type. Company, small, medium, and large businesses. Showcase page. Subpages associated with an existing page. Educational institutions. So I'm a company, although I'm not a company. Okay, let's do Dib Dab Digital. Yep, that's the URL. Website. Industry. Well, I'll just do digital marketing. God, I feel like you can really tell that I'm like squinting sometimes. Do you know the thing though? Don't even need to have my laptop this far away anymore. I'm just having it over here because I used my webcam previously. But I can move the laptop forward, although I've got to be careful with that cable now. I can move the laptop forward and it doesn't affect my perspective at all. So like, go me. So I'm going to do digital marketing. but I have to do something from the Dropbox. What if someone does an industry that just isn't accepted generally and like whatever? Right, so I'm gonna do marketing. What if I type creative? Sometimes it's under creative services. No, video. Online audio and video media. Right, I'm gonna do that. Organization size, just me, 0. How do you have a 0? Okay. I understand that's how like bracketing works, but come on, devs. Organization type. Oh my god, it has an option. Right. So, sole proprietorship is more of a American term. Sole trader is normally what we call it. So I'm gonna go self-employed because I'm technically an individual and I am a single legal entity. Logo. Now, do I have this here? Am I gonna have to get my hard drive out? Because sometimes I like to download my logos so I can just sort of save myself a hassle on this. Yeah, I have it. Which one am I gonna do? This one. Logo. Tagline. Oof. See, this is why I need to do a whole rebrand of all my pages, really, because when I originally set these up, I was focusing on I want to do marketing services, I want to get clients, other businesses, primarily performers and creative types, and I want to sit down with them, build a marketing strategy, make content for them, primarily make video content for them. That was like my initial thing, videographer through and through. And then I was going to become their main marketing person, but as a self-employed person. But over time, I've really edged away from that. I've got more involved in the corporate world, and I've realised I don't like a lot of meetings. I don't like a lot of back and forth. Oh, you need to do this, and the client doesn't do it. But like, I'll still do it because I enjoy the end result and I enjoy making stuff for people. But I want my business to just be like a self-generating revenue thing, like monetizing my streaming, having my digital products on my online store. I have like dropship photo books. I want to be like a self-managed brand, doing it for me, not necessarily doing it for other people. So this is hard to do a new tagline. So I'm sort of pivoting myself to be an educational person while being casual. And I feel like that works better. So educating you on all things digital marketing. I am the authorized representative of the company. I got whole permission from myself. And it exists. Okay, now we're not doing anything with this yet because that's not what this video is about. This video is about integrating it with Metricool. So let's get LinkedIn. Oh, it definitely used to allow LinkedIn. They say, oh, it's free forever. Totally. Is this because I made the account after they changed their mind? I bet if I had an older account, I would have still been able to connect my LinkedIn. But they definitely used to let you connect to LinkedIn for free. Okay, whatever. That's not a problem. I am curious about Pinterest, but I don't have a Pinterest at the moment. I'm not going to make a Pinterest right now just to connect it. So let's try, Google Business Profile, because I actually really want to improve my Google Business Profile. Partially because I learned that like Google have little achievements. Like if you go in Google Search Console and Google My Business stuff, they give you like little emails like, yeah, you got 1,000 views this month. You got 100 clicks this month. But they have physical ones. Like, little achievements, you have a little pop-up and it goes, woo, confetti. But they actually have physical things that they post to you. I think they took a leaf out of YouTube's play button book, honestly. But they end up, if you have a location or a pin or like your business profile gets, I think it was 2 million views in a set period of time, then they send you a tiny little pin of the Google Maps icon. And it's so stupid and I'd probably lose it right away. But people will go, oh, what's that? I'll go, I've got a Google award pin. What's that? No one knows what it is. But I kind of want to increase my traffic to my Google My Business. Oh, and here's a question. I originally made it back before I had any type of business email. I even have my official business one, which is like a whole different thing. But I originally had it connected to my old email, which is the stupid one from my old YouTube channel. I don't know if you can even see this pop up, to be fair. You probably can't. But I'll connect it to this one and see if that works. Okay, continue. Okay, I did make it an editor, so let's see if it works. Google Business Profile. Okay, it's giving me the options, so I could go back and change it, I think. Because you can separate the accounts and like reconnect them. Yes, got the correct one. Digital. But essentially, Google Business, it's not a social media platform. It's kind of it's a local SEO tool, is what it's called. It's a local SEO, but you can upload to it content like you would a social media platform. Not necessarily in the same format, but the idea of this is it gives you the option to reformat it when you upload, so that's great. So what have we got left? TikTok. I will connect Twitter if I can log in. Hiccup, sorry. If I can log in. So far it hasn't asked me to log into anything, it just knows from all my save stuff. But I'm pretty sure that I'm not logged into the correct TikTok right now. Let me go on TikTok just to check. Not logged into anything. Okay, let's try this. Use my username. Oh, do I have another one? Dav Digital. Is it saved? Is it correct? Because I changed my password pretty much every time I have to log in here. Is it? Oh. No, it's not correct. Let's do this again. Right. That's not an email address. Oh, which one did I even do it on? I'm gonna guess. Let's try my actual business email first. Wait, I'll send it to a verification code. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's see if we actually get the email. And just so I definitely don't dox myself, I'm going to switch to my face only account, by the way. What is this warning? The stream is what? What's wrong with the stream? The stream is what? The stream looks fine to me, guys. It is always weird that I can see lag on myself. Whoa, I'm alive for like 40 minutes already. Okay, I'm fine with that. I actually love that. Oh, the stream's bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. Why? What's wrong with it? We recommend that you use a stream bitrate of 2,500. I don't know how I can change that in the moment. I'm not gonna lie. Let's hope I'm not glitching out. The stream's current bitrate. Oh wow, my stream bitrate is like 10 times lower than recommended. Let's see if I can tweak this right now. Settings. Stream. No. My maximum bitrate is at 5100. So. Oh yeah, that is low. Okay, great. Okay, if I change this to 25,000, is it gonna crash? Okay. Did it work? Did it work? Did it work? Did I break it? Did the warning go away? I have no idea. We'll work it out later. What was I doing? Trying to log into TikTok. Okay, right. Who likes this music, by the way? I have a playlist of royalty-free music I use, and I feel like I mention it every time. It's called Stream Beats, and every time I use it, I try and scroll down a bit further, so I don't always have the same music playing. And I feel like I never got to this one before, and I think it's quite funky. Right. Can't find the request. Did I read that properly? Did I just not read it? Reset password. Oh, send the code. It hasn't even sent the code yet. Email isn't registered yet, so I must have used a different one. Which one did I use? because I sometimes use the Gmail that's not my official business email to send stuff to, in case I like freak out and like forget to pay or whatever, and I can still access stuff. Let's see. Says that's not registered either. Like, that one says it's registered. God, this puzzle is new. God, I fail the human verification puzzles a lot, I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, so I sent the code, and it's gonna go to the email, and I have the code. I'm gonna copy paste it. And log in. And it says my new password can't be, it says my old password. Well, I don't want it. Why? I have a password, it works for me. Invalid special character. Ugh. It says you require special characters, but you can't have an invalid special character. Get your shit together, guys. What is the invalid special character? Give me a list of valid special characters then, God. Okay, wait. Okay. Are you seriously? No. Verification code expired. Oh my god! Right. But are you seriously telling me that an apostrophe is an invalid special character on TikTok? Because that's weird in my opinion. Am I doing that thing again where I go a bit American? I feel like I might be. I don't think it matters that much. It's fine. Okay, log in. Okay, now save it to my browser. And I'm logged in on my TikTok. Yay! Okay. Oh, you can have dark mode on here now? Oh, I can upload videos up to 15 minutes long now. Okay. I knew people had that option, but... Okay, I'm not gonna lie. If people send me messages on TikTok, I ain't reading it. Maybe I'll use the inbox function finally, but I ain't reading that naturally. Okay, so gonna go back to Metricool. Also gonna go back to showing my screen. Here we go. So let's try and connect to TikTok. Oh, connect personal account or connect business account? I feel like my TikTok account is officially a creator account. What am I classified as? Let's see. TikTok Metricool. Is a creator account a business account? Now the reason they have differentiations between God, will you shut up at? I'm trying to have a moment here. I'm trying to impart wisdom that I may want to clip at a later date. God.
We'd love to hear from you, and your feedback means a lot to us.
I just realised something. My subscribe little pop-up button on my live goes right over my face, so you know you have to subscribe if you want to get it out of the way, obviously. Oh yeah, my stream is healthy now apparently. I fixed it. I'm the best. I have no idea how bitrates work in this context. I know it's like processing of some sort. I solve problems as they come up. I'm a problem solver. It's not that I've got an endless bit of knowledge, it's that I learn as I go. But yeah, no. So, in terms of creator versus business profiles on social media account. So creators are like social media content creators that like, you know, influencer types. But, God, you always know that light in the back's dying when it goes red. It's like a personal warning. But... So a creator account can use stuff that people use in personal capacity, so like a normal personal account, so it's not like a business thing. But if you're a business entity, then you need to start talking about licensing agreements for certain pieces of content, like music, for example. So basically it restricts the sort of sounds you're allowed to use. And most people will choose to not be a business account because they want to get that workaround, but then some profiles won't allow you to have an integrated store if you don't say that you're a business account, or they won't allow you to tag a location because, you know, don't want to dox yourself. So stuff like that. Okay, on Google, the question is a TikTok creator account a business account? You can either choose a personal, previously called creator or business account, and each comes for different slate of options and features. For starters, personal account is geared towards content creators, public figures, artists, and influencers. Now, I used to just be a normal business, but I am now trying to switch to a more influencer model, so this is a really awkward scenario. Let me see what I have it on as my phone. Oh, I'm gonna have to remember the password I just made for my phone. Oh my god, jeez. My account logged out, try logging in. Yes, I would like to log in, please, and thank you. Okay. Don't mind me for a moment. Subscribe to my TikTok. Follow it. No, I don't want to sign up. I want to log in, silly. Log in. It's telling me who I have messages from when I'm not logged in. Genius. Username. Oh, my brew's not gone cold. Oh, it has a bit. God. Right. No, don't want to log into my old works account. Why do I have that saved and not my own? Right. Dab digital. Now let's remember what I just put in. Yes. Oh, now I got to do the robot test again. 2 objects that are the same shape. The number 6. Getting real creative with these, I must say. No internet connection. I assure you I have internet connection. We're on it right now. 2 objects that are the same shape. The letter A. No internet connection. I have internet connection. I'm on the internet. Like, maybe my laptop's using it all, but I'll go off. I'll go onto my data if you want me to. Come on. Incorrect account or password. But right. Let me go back onto non-docs cam. I'm a professional, you know. Don't. This happens in marketing offices all over the world. They just don't tell the clients about it. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, definitely not doxing myself. Okay, right. Dab digital, yes. I'll put in my email, I guess, and see what happens. And then look at it directly from there. Okay. Okay. Not con. Com. God. I can type. It says it's wrong. It's not wrong. I just did it. Wait, did I not? Right. So it saved it. Okay. Maybe I typed it wrong when I just changed it now. Let me try the typed wrong version. Oh, I'm in.
Mr. Brooks,
Okay.
why do you believe Mr. McDonald is your
Go
son?
away, go away. Right, so now I have to delete the wrong one or else I'll get confused again. Professional. Digital marketer right here. Right, okay. So I can see now what I'm considered. So I'm gonna go back on TikTok. I'm gonna go back on sharing my screen. Here we go. So, creator tools. So does that mean I'm considered a creator account? I think it does, but we're going to double check it. Monetization, creator marketplace, subscription, creator to program. And okay, I'm not going to lie. Not touched TikTok for a while, but this is why. I'm going back to my roots, people. And the light over there has died, so we've lost the nice depthiness, but you know, whatever. We know they look cool at the time. This is why I'm trying to get Govee everywhere. I've got little tiny LED panels propped up there as well. Instead I want like plexiglass I could sort of wedge in my shelf and just mount LED panels onto it. And then I'm going to have like some more back there, so I can just turn it on and I can do it all from my phone. And it's going to be a lot easier to just set up and stream, but you know, that'll be like when we start doing monetization goals and stuff. Don't be silly. If you want to hear me talk shite, just subscribe, don't worry. Okay, right. Profile. Settings. Account. Okay, so it says switch to personal account or switch to business account. So I can only assume I'm currently a creator account on TikTok. And our previous research determined that a creator account is a personal account. So when we go back to Metricool, we are going to connect a personal account. Yes, digital, that is the correct account. So it's a good thing we did log in. Authorize. It says it's connected. Oh, this, however, did not take away the other option like how Facebook did. So if I just refresh this real quick. So TikTok allows you to integrate multiple accounts, but Facebook doesn't allow you to connect a group and a page. So that's good to know. Okay. So have we got anything left? I feel like just for the case of completion, I'll see if I can get into my Twitter. How long have we been live now? About an hour. I feel like I can wrap it up after I've done this. So let's see if we can get into X. Is the URL X now? Does Twitter just do a redirect? Okay, right. So let me see if I can log in. Log in with my username. So this one's saved. Is this correct? Okay, maybe. It might be. Okay, that was a lot faster. Yes, that's correct. Now, I used to be incredible on Twitter. Like, it was... what was the number? Like, it's very easy to say, oh, I increased the statistics and the engagement by, like, 2,000% when an account was, like, dead. But this was not an inactive social media account. It was the most used social media account of the whole organization that I was working in at the time. And in, like, 6 to 9 months, I can't remember exactly, I increased their reach and their profile clicks and a bunch of stuff by, like, 3,000%. And it was... I was freaking out. I was so happy about it because I hadn't touched Twitter in a long time at that point. That's the problem with being a full-stack digital marketer. This is going to sound really, like, pretentious, but people assume that when you can do a wide scope of things that you're jack of all trades, master of none, but it's like, no, I'm actually quite competent. I'm not saying I'm equally good at everything. I'm not saying I'm a master at all facets, but I'm actually quite good and at quite a high level in a lot of digital marketing things because I am so obsessive about learning it. Like, I'm not autistic. A lot of people think I'm autistic and friends with a lot of autistic people. I'm surrounded by it. My laptop's gonna die soon, so I really do need to wrap this up. But if I were to say my special interest, it is learning about marketing. Right, so I'm logged in. Let's try and connect this real quick before my laptop dies. After Christmas, I will be buying myself a bunch of extension leads because I have my lamp here with the nice purple light plugged in, and that takes up one socket, and then my new camera here needs a dummy battery, which requires its own socket, so I can't plug in my laptop to charge while I'm doing it, and my laptop powers my microphone while I go, so I need more extension leads in here. Authorize the app. Authorize. Oh my god, so we're all connected on everything I have. Now, I do know about these Google tools and Twitch and Pinterest and all that. I don't have the account set up and ready right now, and everything's about to die on me, so I'm going to say this was a relatively successful walkthrough. I hope this helped you set up your Metricool account in the most basic way, because some people freak out and they don't really know how to integrate stuff. I'm probably going to do another stream where I like just go through all my profiles and make them synergize. I'm going to put them all, I'm going to synergize them all, make them all match basically, and I'm going to update them for where my current business goal is right now, because I don't want to be promoting old services that I don't. I don't think I ever mentioned my online store in the vast majority of them. So that's going to be the next stage, and then I'm going to fill up my scheduling with a bunch of content I already created and is currently only being pumped out through organic search means, which is a lot slower process, a lot less consistent in results, and I honestly just get more stuff quickly with social media. That's why people choose it. They want the virality factor, which virality is a failed concept and you don't need it to like increase and improve, but it helps me. And yeah, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully you feel the need to subscribe for future digital marketing content where I can teach you what to do and show you how to do it yourself, and also you can just enjoy watching me go through the process, because I'd like to think this is a realistic depiction of how most marketing people operate. They just don't show that face to the client because everything wants to be squeaky clean. But yes, thank you very